Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. You're gonna have to excuse that this video is gonna be a little bit noisy. I am in my basement, so if you saw the title of the video, you probably guessed what's up. We have had a lot of rain recently and our basement flooded. We had a pump go out and thankfully we didn't have anything damaged or like ruined. But we had water get in some things, and we've been here now 11 months. And it's kind of been the whole like unpack as you need things. So we still had boxes down here with stuff in and they got very wet. So we did like a Lowe's run and we got some totes. And also I had a small shelf over here, which you guys will see. It's kind of a mess. We're gonna get all up close and personal. But we got a shelf to put my canned goods on, and so we're gonna be doing some of that today. I am gonna be just using you guys as some motivation to get this done, but sharing what I'm doing with you guys. Thankfully the water is starting to dry up, but my kids are down here in their rain boots, so you might see them kind of dancing around in the video. But we're gonna work on organizing some canned goods and getting my like long-term food storage. My brain totally just stopped working for a second. Getting that better organized and set up. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing, bring you guys along for the ride, and we're going to see how much we can get done. Tova's currently sleeping, and so I have a little time frame to get this done, get this organized, and we might end up eventually moving some of the shelving around. We're not sure. Right now, I just want to get stuff organized, up off the floor. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the video, but I'm bringing you guys along, so we're going to hop right into it and get started.
So where to even start down here? A little bit of backstory is that obviously we have water in the basement, but it was like a middle of the night type of thing. So we just kind of moved everything and tried to get things out of the path of like most of the water. Thankfully this corner back in here is a little bit higher, so it didn't have as much water or much water in this corner. It was more the other half that was more drastically affected. But this kind of was a good motivator to get the canning area organized, since I clearly did not have enough shelf space on the small shelf on the right. That was here when we moved. And so we put in this big black shelf, and it really helped clean things up and get it a lot more organized. I know in the future we would like to put in another standing black metal shelf as well, but that will be all in good time. And for now, this definitely changes how this corner of the basement is. It's a lot more functional, it's a lot easier to find things, and just all around a lot better of a scenario. It's also easier for me to take inventory of what we need, so I know what I should be canning up this summer, and also so I can plan what I need to grow in the garden, things like that. So like I said, all around this honestly turned out to be a blessing and a motivator to get this area cleaned up and in a lot better shape.
I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. Yeah. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. Oh, I lean on you and I place my will. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray.
I wanted to take a break from the main portion of this video to thank the sponsor for the video today, and the sponsor of today's video is SUNCREAT. So as these days have been getting warmer, at least here in Pennsylvania, and summer is well on its way to getting to us, I am fixing up a lot of my outdoor spaces, and this includes our small back deck. It's not big, and it's not big enough for me to put a patio set on, but it's an area that I really love to either sit out in a lawn chair or somehow just sit out there and enjoy our backyard and the birds and the sunshine. So here is where SUNCREAT comes in. SUNCREAT is a company that has such a great variety of chairs, hammocks, things like that for your outdoor living space. And SUNCREAT sent me this 2-in-1 hammock convertible chair slash normal hammock on a stand. And I have been loving this for my outdoor space. SUNCREAT's 2-in-1 hammock stand is adjustable to either a hammock chair or to a single hammock bed. It is made of a great quality fabric that is a polycotton that has no pilling, no fading, and it's skin friendly. It's also strong and durable for outdoors. The frame for the hammock is a steel frame, so it has a maximum weight recommendation of 475 pounds, so it definitely is a heavy-duty frame for one person. SUNCREAT's 2-in-1 hammock chair on a stand comes with 2 different hammocks. The first is the actual chair hammock, and then the second is the swing hammock. And like I said, they're both made of a polycotton fabric, but they are both so comfy and durable, and they are great for any outdoor space. Their hammock is so easy to set up. It comes in a box with kind of everything in pretty large pieces, so you don't have any super small pieces. The base clicks together so simply, you don't need any tools, and it did not take me long at all to have my hammock set up and to be able to start enjoying it on my back deck. So I actually am adding in to this little segment of the video. When I first put the hammock together, I did not realize that the base slid together for the chair hammock. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show you guys how I missed it on here, because if you're looking for a hammock, you purchase this one and go to set it up. I don't want you to miss it. I think I just missed it when I was reading the instructions and setting it up for the first time. But when you go to put your hammock chair on the hammock, you slide the base closer together, and then you adjust the hooks for your height. One thing I love about this hammock is I can adjust it and lower it way down for my children, or I can keep it up at a height that is comfortable for me, and it works for everyone in our family. This hammock chair has been a great place for me to sit and do my weekly planning, or just to relax when the kids are taking their naps. It is so easy to curl up in and cozy, and I really have enjoyed having it here in my space. I feel like it adds so much to our back deck, and it's just a fun, relaxing place to sit down. I'm going to leave all of SUNCREAT's information down below in the description box, as well as a link where you can get yourself a 2-in-1 hammock like I have for your outdoor space, or you can check out their other selection of hammocks that they have and find something that will be useful for your space, or something that could really bring your outdoor space to life and something you can enjoy this summer.
So getting back to the video, my goal and my thought process was to have all my canned goods on the metal black shelving and then have empty jars over on the right hand side. I have too many canned things to do that, so once we get another shelf I can do that, and then this shelving will just be empty jars. But for now we have some of my canned things over here on this shelf, some on the other shelving, and I do have some dry food storage things on the other black shelf as well, and I'm storing things like potatoes in our bushel crates underneath the shelf, all sorts of things like that kind of just needed a good place to go. Now I have my own little like walk-in store in my basement, and it really is a blessing, and it's a lot nicer now that it is all organized and I know where everything is.
Hey guys, so a different day, but I was back at it again today, and I finished up our long-term food storage area, and I'm so excited. There's still water running in the background, and I definitely have some more work to do down here, but it's not this area. This area is done. So I am gonna quick give you guys a tour of my long-term food storage, maybe share with you guys what I want to do more of next year, or actually this year. And yeah, I know once I do can more things, we're probably gonna need some more space, or I'm gonna have to do some rearranging, but we'll see. Anyhow, I'm gonna give you guys a quick tour and show you what we got going on, show you what I came up with, and kind of just how it all played out. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of the old shelf that was here first and what I have on it, show you my new shelf next, what I did with it. I'll also try to give you the details of the shelf, so if you are looking for one, highly recommend this. And this is not like my original idea. I've seen other people do this on Instagram and YouTube and kind of got the idea from them. So anyways, this shelf here, so there's cabinets here, but they're really kind of grungy, so there's some issues with them as well. So I don't store a bunch of stuff in here. I have like empty plastic containers, but that's it, and I left them in there. So back here I have my water bath canner, my pressure canner. I have a ½ gallon of honey. This honey is crystallized, but honey does not go bad, in case you did not know that, as long as it's like sealed up and everything, as far as I know. This is what I've been told. So I am working through this in recipes, stuff like that, and then I will get more honey that's like not crystallized like this one is. Anyhow, and then we have some dry goods here in jars. I actually need to Mylar bag those. And then I have my flower vases down here. I didn't really have a better place to put them, so they're here. My like water jugs for serving drinks, and then I have my fermentation jars for kefir. And then moving down, let me move you guys. Okay, sorry about the shadow, but we have salsa. I didn't do salsa last year because I had so much left. So we are down to 6 jars, which is perfect. I'm gonna do some this year. We have tomato sauce. We kind of use the same sauce for like spaghetti and pizza and all that stuff. I came up with my own recipe last year. We absolutely love it. That's what this is. We have banana peppers, lima beans. After that we have cream cheese and hard-boiled eggs, pickled eggs actually. I know there's different thoughts out there about whether you can or cannot can those. I've done it successfully. If you want to know more, I can tell you guys more in another video, but I'm not going to tell you what you need to do for your families. Anyhow, chicken broth is next. Every time we have like a whole chicken, I save the bones and cook them to make broth, so I'm slowly building up my stash. And I have like 8 quarts and 4 pints, and I don't use out of this for soups because I make my broth fresh when I make soups typically. So this is kind of just like a back stock for if we're sick and we want something like that. Anyhow, let's move down. So I am turning around for this. I feel like this is going to be the least awkward way to film this. But anyhow, here, this is all lard. I actually was given this by my mother-in-law, and so I'm really happy to have such a nice stock of lard. Then we have green beans, and then down here, these are just like cooked pureed tomatoes, so I will eventually turn those into like a sauce or something, but yeah, I haven't done it yet. So anyhow, and then we have jelly jars, pint jars. Down here on the bottom is kind of odds and ends. I put like a bin here for lids. We've got these little container thingies, strainer. I also have my apple peeler back there. Then here we have large jars and mismatched jars with lids. I try to save my jars that I can to use for like food storage or whatever. And then the bottom shelf we have full of quart jars. So that is this shelf. This shelf, love it. It is the Cobalt 82-inch welded shelf from Lowe's. And I think you can get it a couple other places as well. You can get it bolted or welded. We did welded because with bolted there was a lot more pieces to put together. And so this is the one we went with. It is like rated for like 1,200 pounds per shelf. So very, very sturdy. And then Nelson just took plywood and made like a flat surface because the top is like a grate kind of thing. But anyhow, works awesome. So let me just turn the camera up. This is kind of an awkward angle, but up here on the top shelf I have some noodles, dry goods that I'm using but don't want wet. And then I have a basket of onions and garlic here. And then here is like a little over a gallon of salt for canning season. I have my Mylar bags, my food mill for making pasta sauce and applesauce, and then my dehydrator. So there's still more room up top there, but this works great for some of those bigger items that I kind of only reach for when I'm doing something in a certain season. Okay, this is quite possibly the worst lighting ever, but we're gonna move on to these shelves, and I kind of want to talk to you guys while I'm doing it. So I have these all labeled. One thing that's cool about this shelf is you can write on it with like a white chalk marker, and it's erasable. Our Midwestern Roots on Instagram does this, and this was kind of my inspiration for this shelf. I love it. It's such a clean look, and it keeps things so organized. So anyhow, we have apple crisp filling, and then we have apple pie filling, and then we have applesauce. And then moving down here, we have peach pie filling. I tried a new recipe for this past year because someone gave me quite a few white peaches, and this is like my favorite. Like, I like it more than apple pie. Like, the only thing that tops it is fresh peach pie, but in the wintertime, this is like a peach pie filling that has like cinnamon and kind of like a spice to it. It is just delicious. So good. So anyhow, we have that, and then over here we have fresh peaches. Okay, so down here I have some fresh peaches as well, because I ran out of room up here. We really like peaches, and we have quite a few left, so we want to use those up. And we have 4 rows of pears, and those are labeled as well. And then moving down here we have grape juice, and I have some big like gallon jars of grape juice back here as well. This is all grape juice. We have some of like the white grape juice, and then we have the purple as well. And then here is cranberry juice, and we don't actually drink this, but I like to keep it around. I mean, we do drink it, but we don't drink it a lot. I like to keep it around because of like UTIs. If you feel something like that coming on, literally home canned cranberry juice will knock it out so fast. It is the best thing that I've found so far for something like that, and it's great for your kids. You can give it to your kids as well. Okay, down here I have apple juice, and this is actually like a faux apple juice. What I do is I take the water that comes off of my applesauce, or my apples when I cook them for applesauce, and I sweeten it and kind of make it into like an apple juice, and then can it, and my kids can eat it for something special. So that is that, and let me grab the camera and show you guys the last shelf. Okay, last down here we kind of have a mix of stuff, but anyhow, we have sauerkraut right here. I grew some of my own cabbage this past year and canned it, and then we have pickled beets. These are Zendaya's absolute favorite. She just loves them. Next we have dill pickles. I did so many pickles this past year. I'm not sure I'm going to do very many this upcoming year, but over here we also have sweet dill, and so we kind of have about equal amounts of both of those. And then moving down here, this is all blackberry syrup. So much blackberry syrup. My neighbor gave me so many blackberries this past year. I had to pick them, but like I just stopped picking because there was so many. Maybe next year I can do something like pie filling. Then down here we have blackberry jelly, and then cherries, and then grape jelly, which I want to do more of next year. And then on the very end we have pumpkin. I didn't do pumpkin this past year, but I'm going to have to this year because my stash is kind of getting low. And then underneath I have my wheat berries. I would like to get flour and sugar, like back stock of it, and put it down here yet, but right now it's just wheat berries. And then we have bushel of potatoes that we're working our way through, and then an empty bushel for when we harvest this summer, and then just jars. So that's basically everything, and like I said, I am just thrilled at how this came together. Makes my heart so happy to have it organized, and I know I'm going into the summer season with this like organized and not a total wreck. Last year we moved in May, and we got our garden in as fast as we could, and kind of went into the canning season feeling a bit disgruntled because everything was still everywhere from us moving. But this year I have a good amount of empty jars to start with. I have everything organized. I kind of know what I have. I also would love to do up some like strawberry jam this year, and I don't know, some other things maybe with some other things maybe with strawberries, as well as, I don't know, there's some different things I want to try that I didn't do this past year that I'm hoping that I can do this year. And I also, another thing is I would like to get into canning soups and have a space for those, and possibly some canned meat as well, just to have it on hand if something happens that we need it. And so I have a little bit of space for those. I won't have too much extra space, but we'll build onto this when the time comes. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me these past 2 days as I've worked on this project. Hope you enjoyed it and maybe give you some inspiration for some long-term food storage that you can do. And kind of just an encouraging word, you guys, you don't need a lot of space to do this. If you're new to my channel, we lived in a 3-bedroom apartment for 4 years. Yeah, 4.5 years. And I didn't have this big of a backstock, but I canned a lot of things, even though I did not have a garden. We just gave up one of the bedrooms, so our children shared a room. And so it really is possible in a small space. You can put canned goods in a closet. You can put them in a spare bedroom. You can literally put them under a bed. Like, if this is something you want to do and you want to have a little bit of a like food backstock for your family, it is possible. You kind of just have to weigh, what do you want more? So you can come up with creative ways to store things even if you don't have a lot of space. Anyhow, I'm gonna get going, but thanks guys for watching and coming along. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you stuck around and subscribed. With summer, I'm hoping to get more outside content out. I've been a little bit quieter this winter. It's been a really restful season for me and I've enjoyed it, but I really appreciate all of you who come back for every video that I have to share. And thank you guys for your support. It really means so much to me and to my channel, and it gives me so much motivation to create content and do interesting things and fun things like this for you guys. I'll see you guys in a week or two with another video. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed week and take care. Bye guys.